Good evening and welcome to Mega TV News. My name is Dede Gogo. We begin tonight with major stories making headlines both locally and internationally. Moving on to the major headlines. Stay with us.
Mahama positions Ghana as Africa's gateway to global investment. In business, Parliament links 24-hour economy agenda to quality standards during GSA audit. And on the international front, 1 killed and dozens injured in Iranian drone attack.
You can watch us on all our social media platforms at Mbn 360. We have the details of these stories and more. Now the news in detail. President John Dramani Mahama has projected Ghana as a leading destination for international business and investment, describing the country as Africa's gateway to global investors seeking opportunities across the continent.
President John Dramani Mahama has intensified efforts to attract foreign investment, presenting Ghana as a strategic entry point for businesses looking to expand across Africa. Speaking during an investor engagement in London, the president highlighted Ghana's political stability, democratic credentials, and improving economic outlook as key advantages for investors. Mr. Mahama said, government is implementing reforms aimed at strengthening the business environment, promoting industrial growth, and enhancing investor confidence. He noted that Ghana's location, expanding infrastructure, and access to regional markets position the country as a hub for trade and investment on the continent. The president also underscored opportunities in sectors including agriculture, energy, manufacturing, technology, and infrastructure, inviting global investors to partner with Ghana in driving economic transformation. According to him, the administration remains committed to transparency, policy consistency, and private sector-led growth as part of efforts to make Ghana a preferred investment destination in Africa. The engagement forms part of government's broader strategy to attract capital, create jobs, and accelerate sustainable economic growth.
We took decisive action through disciplined economic management, institutional reforms, fiscal consolidation, and enhanced coordination between monetary and fiscal authorities. We have restored stability and renewed confidence in the Ghanaian economy. Inflation has declined significantly from 23.8% in December 2024 to 3.4% as of April 2026. Our international reserves have strengthened considerably, rising from approximately $8.9 billion to nearly $13.9 billion, providing stronger external buffers and exchange rate stability. Interest rates are easing. The Ghanaian cedi has stabilized and appreciated against major international currencies, and Ghana's sovereign credit outlook has improved following recent upgrades by international rating agencies. Most importantly, business confidence is returning. These improvements are not abstract macroeconomic indicators. They translate into a more predictable investment environment, lower operating uncertainty, greater currency stability, and improved planning conditions for businesses and investors. Ghana's economy expanded by approximately 6% GDP in 2025, and our GDP has now crossed the 114 billion mark, making Ghana the 8th largest economy in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision is clear. We're building a productive, export-oriented, industrialized, and technology-driven economy that creates opportunities for our people and competitive returns for investors. We're aligning policy, infrastructure, incentives, skills development, transport systems, power reliability, and financing mechanisms to support businesses operating beyond traditional working hours. This initiative presents enormous opportunities for investors in logistics, industrial parks, warehousing, cold chain systems, transport, agro-processing, manufacturing, the retail sector, ICT, and energy. Agriculture remains one of Ghana's most promising investment frontiers. Under our Feed Ghana program, we are modernizing agriculture and positioning agribusiness as a major pillar of industrial growth and export expansion. We're establishing agro-industrial enclaves across the country, improving irrigation systems, supporting commercial farming, and expanding food processing and agricultural export. The opportunities in cocoa processing, oil palm, cashew, shea, horticulture, poultry, rice production, fisheries, and cold chain logistics are extensive. For investors seeking scalable agricultural opportunities linked to regional and global markets, Ghana offers both the demand and the strategic location for such production.
Away from the president, Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin says Africa's identity must be shaped by its cultural heritage, traditions and values, urging citizens and leaders to remain committed to preserving the continent's unique character.
Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has called for a renewed commitment to African values, stressing that the continent's identity must reflect its history, culture and traditions. Addressing participants at a public event, the speaker noted that Africa's development should not come at the expense of its cultural foundations. He emphasized the importance of safeguarding the values that have identified African societies for generations. Mr. Bagbin argued that national and continental policies should be informed by local realities and cultural principles, adding that preserving identity is essential for social cohesion and sustainable development. The speaker further urged African leaders and citizens to take pride in their heritage while embracing progress in a manner that remains consistent with the continent's values and aspirations. His remarks come amid ongoing debates across Africa on culture, governance, social values, and the influence of globalization on traditional societies.
I want to emphasize this matter. People trying to make so many things contingent upon the adoption of legal and cultural paradigms alien to our social cultural fabric. I want to emphasize that conditioning aid on the alteration of domestic laws to the disadvantage of beneficial countries violates the principle of sovereign equality enshrined in the United Nations Charter. We in Africa do not seek to dictate the internal legal frameworks of other continents. And we expect in turn the same respect for our sovereignty. And I want to plead with all of you to let us reject the false premises that modernization requires the erasure of our cultural identity. In trying to do so, we must avoid adopting an oversimplified or imported definition of the family. The Western concept of the nuclear family, isolated, individualistic, lonely, and strictly bounded, fails to capture the expansive, resilient, and self-sustaining genius of the African family.
Moving on, renowned Ghanaian clergyman Archbishop Nicholas Danka Williams has emphasized that importance of visionary leadership, stating that a clear national vision is essential for property, stability, and social order.
Founder and General Overseer of Action Chapel International, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, has called for purposeful leadership and long-term planning to drive national development. Speaking at a public gathering, the respected cleric said nations that achieve sustainable growth and stability are often guided by a clear vision that unites citizens behind common goals. According to him, vision provides direction, promotes discipline, and helps societies build strong institutions capable of delivering progress and maintaining order. Archbishop Duncan Williams noted that leadership at every level, government, business, religious organizations, and communities must be guided by principles that inspire hope, accountability, and collective responsibility. He further urged citizens to actively contribute to nation-building efforts, stressing that national prosperity requires both visionary leadership and the commitment of the people. His remarks come amid ongoing discussions on governance, economic development, and the future direction of Ghana's growth agenda.
The continent of Africa, there is no reason why our continent cannot achieve its goals. We are the most richest continent in minerals all across the nations of the world. But nations don't become great or mighty through military strength or power, through its gold, diamonds, oil, or mineral resources, but they become strong, prosperous by fulfilling and following deliberately the principles of doing right by country and by citizen. Righteousness, doing things the right way, vision, having clarity, a sense of direction. Sovereign nations must know who they are, and where they are going. And it is vision that tells sovereign nations who we are, where we are going, and what we want to achieve as a people, a civilization, or a nation. Love for country is required. It's a necessary ingredient that irrespective of our resources, our gold, our oil, and our minerals, if we fail to love country, we will achieve nothing. Visionary leadership, leaders who have a dream and a vision, like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said in his days, that the independence and freedom of the nation of Ghana is meaningless until it is connected to the total freedom of the continent of Africa. Our independence will be meaningless. It stands to reason, as it is said, that together we are better than when we are divided. If we as a people today, in our deliberations, will realize our need of one another, that together we are better than when we are alone. And everything that divides us is an enemy to our progress. Anything that sets us apart from each other. No one nation political party's manifesto can develop and prosper a nation. As much as manifestos of political parties are good, the enemy of better is good. And we need to go past good to the place of having what is better for the good of our society, our people, our community, and generations that are yet unborn. In conclusion, I say that I have a dream. I have a dream that in my lifetime, Africa will be so developed by principles that works for us, not by principles that works for others, but by principles that works for us as we look at our culture and
let's go for a break. We'll be back shortly.
Let me introduce you to Farm Global Company Limited. At Farm Global, we offer you a variety of groceries and provisions to choose from. Cosmetics, perfumes, bed sheets, undies, boxes, you can mention all. This is our perfume stand, and we have variety of perfumes you can choose from for yourself and your loved ones. We cover Latapa, fragrance world, and quality perfumes that will last long on your body. On our cosmetic section, we have variety of lotions, creams, hair pomade that can keep you going. Let your feet do the talking and your hand do the showcasing. Your babies are not left out. We got you covered. At Farm Global, we make shopping a beautiful experience for you and your family. You can be at home, send your list and get it delivered for free. Yes, for free. We know you can pay for it, but we want to show appreciation. We bring everything to you at your doorstep. Locate Farm Global on the Nungwabuade Road, just opposite Redeemer Chemist. Call us on 0592 0999 52 or 050 384 3633. Farm Global, fast, reliable, and convenient.
Welcome back from the break. Member of Parliament for Asin South, John Ntim Fujo, has shown the support behind Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagby's decision to have the Human Sexual Rights and Family Value Bill reconsidered by Parliament.
Asin South MP John Ntim Fujo has welcomed Speaker Alban Bagby's directive for Parliament to revisit the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. According to the legislator, the move provides an opportunity for lawmakers to strengthen the bill and ensure that it adequately reflects the values, cultural beliefs, and aspirations of the Guinean people. Mr. Fujo maintained that Parliament has a responsibility to carefully examine the legislation and address any legal or procedural concerns that may arise during the legislative process. He argued that the bill continues to enjoy significant public interest and should be handled in a manner that promotes broad consultation and national consensus. The Speaker's decision follows renewed discussions surrounding the future of the proposed legislation after changes in the country's political and legal landscape. Debate over the bill has generated strong reactions from political parties, religious bodies, civil society groups, and international observers, with supporters and critics offering differing views on its implications for human rights and Guinean family values.
Away from Parliament, we move to the health sector. The Konfanoche Teaching Hospital has temporarily suspended emergency admissions due to severe congestions and overwhelming pressure on the emergency and critical care units.
The Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, CATH in Kumasi, has suspended new emergency admissions following what authorities describe as a critical congestion situation affecting patients' care delivery. Hospital management says the decision became necessary as emergency wards and critical care units reached full capacity, making it difficult to safely accommodate additional patients. Officials explained that the congestion has placed significant strain on medical staff and essential resources, raising concerns about patient safety and quality of care. The hospital is reportedly working to stabilize the situation by redistributing patients within available units and coordinating with nearby health facilities to manage referrals. While emergency admissions have been restricted, hospital authorities assure the public that existing patients continue to receive care and that efforts are underway to restore normal operations as soon as possible. Health experts say the development highlights ongoing pressure on major referral hospitals and the need for improved healthcare infrastructure and regional decongestion strategies. Authorities are expected to provide further updates as the situation evolves.
This brings us to the major stories. Up next is Business News with Farah Ii.
Now, in business, Parliament has underscored the importance of quality assurance and standards compliance in the successful implementation of Ghana's proposed 24-hour economy policy during an audit engagement with the Ghana Standards Authority.
Parliament has emphasized that maintaining high standards across industries will be critical to success of Ghana's 24-hour economy agenda. The position was highlighted during an audit exercise involving the Ghana Standards Authority, where lawmakers stressed the need for businesses and institutions operating around the clock to adhere to established quality and safety standards. Officials noted that a thriving 24-hour economy requires efficient regulatory systems capable of ensuring product quality, consumer protection, workplace safety, and international competitiveness. The engagement also examined the role of Ghana Standards Authority in supporting industrial growth and strengthening compliance mechanisms as the country pursues expanded economic activities beyond traditional working hours. Stakeholders at the meeting indicated that robust standards and effective monitoring will help boost investor confidence, improve productivity, and enhance Ghana's reputation in regional and global markets. The decisions form part of broader efforts to align key state institutions with the government's economic transformation agenda and preparations for the rollout of the 24-hour economy policy.
Also, the Ghana Stock Exchange recorded gains across its major indices despite subdued trading activity, signaling continued investor confidence in selected listed equities.
The Ghana Stock Exchange has ended trading on a positive note, with its benchmark indices recording gains even as market turnover remained relatively weak. Market data showed that GSE Composite Index and other key indicators advanced, supported by price appreciation in selected stocks. Analysts say the performance reflects sustained investor interest in fundamentally strong companies despite lower trading volumes and cautioned market participation. While overall turnover declined compared to recent sessions, the gain suggests that investors remain optimistic about the outlook for listed firms and the broader economy. Market observers noted that improved macroeconomic conditions and expectations of continued economic recovery are helping to support sentiment on local brews. The latest performance highlights the resilience of Ghana's capital market as investors continue to monitor corporate hearings, policy development, and broader economic strains.
Up next is sport with Wendy Latte.
So there's some local fast food. Papa, me again. Yes, we are late. Me quite remember who hear me. Meant me and sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. See what we swear. She has malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say with the router? Me copy the absence here. A drone a friend router mixer. Yeah, come on, let it draw. And running so got trap and the draw crew abaso body acid. Wabo Ruta mixture abaso. Ruta natural products in one Ruta mixture. Yeah, you could see a treat. Ruta tonic and the Ruta life for a who a feeling like the bunny, a feeling per diem. Let's support the immune system. Ruta de Obiasia, FDA, I did drinking crap to you.
And now on the sports desk,
the Ghana Boxing Association has postponed its national election as the vetting of aspiring candidates continues ahead of the rescheduled polls.
The Ghana Boxing Association has announced a postponement of its elections, citing the need for additional time to complete the ongoing vetting process for all contestants. According to the association, the decision is aimed at ensuring transparency, credibility, and fairness in the selection of new leadership to steer boxing administration in the country. Officials say the vetting exercise is a crucial step in verifying eligibility, resolving procedural issues, and ensuring that all qualified candidates meet the record standards before the elections are held. The association adds that a new election date will be communicated once the vetting process is fully concluded and all necessary arrangements are finalized. Stakeholders within Ghana Boxing have expressed hope that the delay will help strengthen confidence in the electoral process and promote unity within the sport. The development comes at a time when efforts are ongoing to revamp boxing administration and improve the competitiveness of the sport, both locally and internationally.
Away from the Ghana Boxing Association, we move to the entertainment news, where award-winning Ghanaian musician Kofi Kinata has unveiled a new motivational anthem aimed at rallying support for the Ghana national football team ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup Championship.
Popular Ghanaian singer and songwriter Kofi Kinata has released an energetic new anthem to inspire the Black Stars and unite football fans ahead of Ghana's World Cup journey. The song, which blends patriotic themes with uplifting rhythms, is expected to serve as a rallying cry for supporters as the national team prepares for upcoming international assignments and the road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Kinata expressed confidence in the Black Stars' ability to make the nation proud, urging Ghanaians to remain united behind the team regardless of challenges. The anthem has already generated excitement among football enthusiasts and music lovers, with many praising its message of national pride, resilience, and support for the country's football ambitions. Sports analysts say such campaign songs often play an important role in boosting team morale and strengthening the connection between players and supporters during major tournaments. The release comes as anticipation continues to build around Ghana's preparations for the global showpiece, with fans hoping for a strong performance on the world stage.
That's all for today on the sports and entertainment news. Up next is foreign news.
On the international front, at least one person has been killed and several others injured following a reported drone strike involving Iranian launch on manned aerial vehicles, according to early security and emergency reports.
A deadly drone incident involving Iranian unnamed aerial activity has left at least one person dead and dozens injured, emergency and security sources have confirmed. Initial reports indicate that the drones targeted or fell within a populated or strategic area, triggering explosions and causing widespread damage. Emergency responders were quickly deployed to the scene to evacuate the injured and contain the situation. Authorities say the injured victims have been transported to nearby medical facilities, with some reported to be in critical condition. While details remain unclear, security analysts are assessing the nature of the strike and whether it is linked to ongoing regional tensions involving Iran and other Middle East actors. Investigations are ongoing to determine the full scope of the attack, the intended target, and the level of damage caused. Officials are expected to provide further updates as more verified information becomes available.
Energy giant Shell PLC has been accused of continuing crude oil operations through pipelines in Nigeria for years, despite documented evidence of widespread environmental pollution and repeated warnings.
Newly reviewed documents have raised serious questions about the operations of Shell in Nigeria, alleging that the company continued pumping oil through pipelines despite long-standing evidence of pollution in affected communities. The report suggests that multiple incidents of oil spills and environmental degradation were recorded over several years, with concerns raised by local residents and environmental monitors about contamination of water sources and farmland. According to the documents, operational activity reportedly continued even as assessments indicated worsening environmental conditions in parts of the Niger Delta region, an area heavily impacted by oil exploration activities. Community groups and environmental advocates have long accused oil operators of insufficient response to spill incidents, citing delays in cleanup and compensation for affected communities. Shell, one of the major players in Nigeria's oil sector, has faced repeated scrutiny over environmental practices in the region, though it has previously maintained that it adheres to operational standards and regulatory requirements. The latest revelations are expected to intensify calls for accountability, stricter regulation, and renewed investigations into the environmental impact of oil production in Nigeria. Authorities and stakeholders are yet to issue comprehensive responses to the latest document findings.
This is the 6 p.m. news. Let's take a recap of the major headlines.
Mahama positions Ghana as Africa's gateway to global investment. In business, Parliament links 24-hour economy agenda to quality standards during GSA audit. And on the international front, 1 killed and dozens injured in Iranian drone attack.
My name is Nadede Gogo. You can watch us on all our social media platforms at Mbn 360. See you tomorrow, same time.